What's up guys, it is me AG. We've got some exciting news today. We are in Rome. It's the Forum behind me, but I am so excited to be finally visiting the Eternal City, the heart of the Roman Empire. It has been a childhood dream of mine. I've been such a fan of ancient Roman history for the longest time. So the plan for today is that we're gonna go to the Colosseum. We're gonna eat some Roman food. It's gonna be a magnificent day. I cannot wait. Let's go. So here we are guys, the Colosseum, or better known back in the Roman times, the Flavian Amphitheater, because it was built by the Flavian emperors. This was the site of gladiatorial games, naval reenactments, just blood, guts, and death, and just absolute mayhem from the crowds. This was the heart of entertainment in Rome. It was actually free entry for everyone. Obviously today most of the Colosseum stands in ruins, but it still like sparks your imagination. It's just still such a grand building. It is still the biggest amphitheater in the world. You know, like all my childhood playing Rome Total War, leading up to this moment, it truly is a dream come true to visit this. What an awesome visit to the Colosseum, fulfilling a childhood dream of mine. Really, really larger than life. The place that we want to go to at lunch doesn't open until 1, so we're just gonna hit up the Basilica di San Giovanni in Laterano. Let's go. So we're here at the Basilica di San Giovanni in Laterano. I'm literally whispering right now just because I don't want to speak too loud. It's kind of disrespectful if you do, even though there's like a kid moaning right now, but you know, he's just a kid. So this church is one of the most important, one of the largest, and one of the most impressive churches in Rome. Even this alone is so magnificent, so voluminous, so just ornate and decorated. The multiple marble sculptures, the different stones they use, everything's like gold. Oh yeah, I think this is the spot where our boy Mark Waits is like, you can really feel the peace. We just came from the Basilica di San Giovanni in Laterano. We walked all the way to Osteria della Suburra. It's quite near the Colosseum because we still need to visit the Forum afterwards. Hopefully it's really nice. The vibe here is really homey and rustic. That's the millionth time I said that about every place we go to, but that's okay. That's the feel I want. That's the feel I go for. So yeah, let's eat. All right, first dish is their rigatoni alla Suburra. I think it's like some tomato, cream, mushrooms, ham. Let's taste. Oh yeah, it's like tomatoey, creamy, and cheesy at the same time. The mushrooms give it a good umami. There's some like little flecks of ham. Also the rigatoni has a really nice texture. I really like this, very nice. Next up is a simple veal scallopine in a lemon sauce. It looks like it has like flecks of parsley. Yeah. The veal is pretty tender. The lemon sauce gives it that nice zing. It's super simple, but it's really nice. The meat itself is also like a bit sweet. It's definitely not like beef, almost like pork-like in quality. There's some chunks of fat there. That's very welcoming. Very nice. Next up is some chicken in some garlic oil and some others. I forgot what it said on the menu, but I'll put it down here. Let's taste. It's got like some rosemary and some herbs as well. Oh yeah. Definitely juicy, tender chicken, not dry at all. Even though I got like the breast. I think it's either the breast or the thigh. But very herbaceous, very oily. The oils are very flavorful. It's like light yet flavorful at the same time. Oh yeah, but this almost reminds me of like tinola chicken. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sorry, not a lot of people will get that reference, but Filipinos will. It's like chicken when it's been bathing in a sauce for so long. It just absorbs the flavor of the sauce. That's it. This is it. Yeah, and the chicken skin is where all the flavor is at. It's like a flavor oily explosion. The next up is a tomatoey, seafoody risotto. It's got mussels, it's got calamari, it's got prawns. I mean, the rice isn't as hard as I want it to be, but this is personal preference. But that is some flavorful risotto, tomatoey and seafoody at the same time. I love the bits of the seafood. They're very generous with like how much seafood they put in. There's quite a lot of prawns and mussels and calamari. That's good. Alright, last dish is their bucatini al matriciana. I'm actually not sure if this is bucatini because I can't really see the holes, but like it's similar enough to a spaghetti that I don't really care. It's got tomato, it's got pecorino cheese, and it's got, I think it's either guanciale or pancetta. I think it was guanciale, that's what it said on the menu, which is like the cured pork cheek. Let's taste. Yeah. Tomatoey, cheesy, like the right amount of acidity. The pork, like the pork, bits of pork as well. When you bite into them, this releases all its flavors. Well, yeah, that is super flavorful. Yeah, I got some guanciale there. Because the fat just burnt out. Uber flavorful. They don't skimp on the sauce as well. That is super saucy. Delicious. Alright, that was a pretty flavorful and decent meal at Osteria della Suburra. My favorite has probably got to be the amatriciana. What was your favorite, Yambi?
What was that pasta called?
Oh, the rigatoni.
Yeah, the rigatoni.
The rigatoni.
Yeah,
the rigatoni.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. They were all pretty decent and decently priced as well. There was no cover charge. Very interesting. We were like very used to cover charges in Venice and Florence, but this one didn't. And it was a pretty reasonably priced meal and hella packed full of flavor. So now we're back here at the Colosseum and we're gonna go to the Roman Forum. See you guys inside. Before the Roman Forum, we decided to visit the Palatine Hill first. It's like the 7 hills of Rome, but the Palatine Hill is one of them. This contains the remains of the Flavian Palace. The Palatine Hippodrome Stadium is behind me. It's absolutely, a lot of them are just in ruins, not a lot of stuff standing. The only like complete buildings here that are standing are like churches and villas, like this guy over here, that's pretty new. You really have to use your imagination in this place for you to just get a picture of the grandeur that it was back in the day. Oh, such an ancient place. Really sparks the imagination. Alright guys, we made it down from the Palatine Hill, but we are finally here at the Roman Forum, wherever the Roman Empire stretched from Asia Minor all the way to the east, up all the north to Hadrian's Wall in Britain. This was the center of it all. This was the center of power of the Roman Empire. It was the beating heart of the Roman Empire. It was where everyone met. It was near the emperor's palace, so everyone important was here. Obviously, it is in ruins, but it's been actually excavated over time. I was listening to the tour guide, and a lot of the structures were actually buried in meters of dirt, so they weren't actually visible. Some of it, I'm pretty sure I overheard that it used to be a dumping ground for just rubbish, which is kind of weird. But obviously, all the ruins here are so ancient, to thousands of years old. Ruins of temples, of markets, of buildings. It's actually quite funny seeing like different styles, different periods of buildings intermingling with each other. Literally to my right, it used to be the temple of Antonio and Faustina, and behind it is a church. They literally built a church behind the temple columns, which just goes to show like the intermingling of time periods here, and just how old this place actually is. It is an amazing place, full of history. Wow, I can't believe I'm walking through this. Alright, that was a pretty incredible visit to the Roman Forum. It definitely was on the top of my bucket list here in Rome. I'm a bit of an ancient Roman history geek myself, but for now it's dinner time and we're crossing the river Tiber into the Trattoria district to have some dinner, so hopefully it'll be good. Let's go. Alright guys, we have made it to Trattoria da Enzo here in the Trattoria district. I was actually quite surprised because I knew this place was popular, but when we arrived at 7:30, there was already a huge line of people waiting to get let in. So I was like, oh no, are we gonna get a spot? But luckily, they found a way to fit us in. Even though we're outside, there's a heater, so it's fine. Okay, fine. You know what I'm gonna say? for the millionth time, this place is homey, it's rustic, it's traditional, it's got that comforting mother's feel. It's my place, we're here, I hope the food is good, let's eat.
So the waiter gave us like a basket of pizza calda and as well as some sourdough bread for some like plain bread. And it looks really good. It has like a bit of rosemary, I believe, and like some oil. Oh yeah. Probably the best bread we've had so far in Italy. Like, to be honest, like, not gonna lie, in all of the restaurants we've eaten so far in Italy, I ignore the bread, like, no joke, but this one, really good.
When you look at that, they think of everything here. Blankets. So we got house wine, white wine this time, and the waiter kindly informed us that if you get a house wine, something like this, Romans drink it in a glass like this. So when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Very good. All right, let's get this party started. We are starting off with a croquette, which I forgot what the menu item it was called, but it seems to be filled with potatoes and some stringy gooey cheese. Let's taste. There's cod in this, I can tell. It's a bit fishy. Wow. Potato, creamy, cheese, cheesy, fish, that little bit of briny saltiness, perfect trio. Wow, that's a nice croquette. Next up is some battered and deep fried zucchini flour. Also, as if it couldn't get any better, it's filled with like, I think it's mozzarella in the middle. So let's taste. Ooh, wow. That's really nice. Wow. It's almost like eating a floury pepper in a way, without the heat, obviously. The cheese and the batter just give it that extra fattiness that, you know, it's just, it turns a vegetable into a healthy thing, into a very sinful thing. Oh yeah, the cheese inside, it's oozing. If it's deep fried, you can't really go wrong. You can't. I forgot to mention, but I was tasting some brininess in the thing as well. There's anchovies in it, as if it couldn't get any better. All right, next up is some Roman-style artichoke with a green sauce. I forgot what the waiter said it had, but it was it said artichokes alla romana. So. Very nice. Oh yeah, like hello vegetable. The texture of the artichoke is very nice, very soft, but yeah, has a nice chew to it. It's got mint in it. It gives it a refreshing component to it. I forgot to mention we got some balsamic and some EVOO to go with the bread. Surely one of the most iconic duos in the culinary world. EVOO and balsamic vinegar. Perfect pair with a bread. Huh, I just noticed this, but if you do end up waiting for a table, they actually give you some bread for you to wait. Very nicely done.
So you share everything, right?
Yes. Alright guys, I am incredibly excited to dig into these pastas, but first, here is their cacio e pepe. It looks so luscious, it looks so creamy, and like the dusting of pepper on top, that's the amount of pepper I want. I'm so excited. Let's dig in.
Right.
I'm a happy man. That's all I can say. Woo. The pasta's like has such a nice texture. It's so bouncy, yet al dente. The pecorino's nutty. The pepper, it gives it that pepperiness. Oh my goodness. My mind is just struggling to comprehend how such a simple pasta can be so good. Oh my. Wow. Okay, get this right. Me and my sister tried to make cacio e pepe just before we left Europe. Like, it makes our cacio e pepe version seem like it's like a McDonald's version of a cacio e pepe. This is so nice. What I really like about cacio e pepe in general is just how curdly yet smooth the pecorino cheese becomes when it gets melted and mixed. And this version that Enzo does is like the platonic ideal of that textural experience. Alright, for the next dish, I'm gonna be reading off the menu. This is called polpette al sugo. It's meatballs and tomato sauce. Prime ground beef, mortadella, sourdough breadcrumbs, PDO pecorino cheese, Parmigiano Reggiano. It's 36 months age, nutmeg and San Bartolomeo organic eggs. Thank you, menu. All right, you gotta shower it in the sauce first. That's really nice. Very comforting. Beefy with tomato sauce, shines, very nice. Might be a bit insulting to some Italians, but this would be very nice as a spaghetti and meatballs. I'm gonna be bringing back the handy dandy menu here, but this is a pasta al sugo di coda. It is rigatoni and a tomato sauce with oxtail. Apparently, these little dustings of powder, it's cacao powder. Like, wow, chocolate and pasta. I never knew Italians would ever. Wow, I'm so surprised right now. It's also got celery, raisins, pine nuts, and pecorino cheese. As you do in Rome, pecorino cheese is the cheese here. Let us dig in. That's so nice. The rigatoni has an incredible texture. The tomato and oxtail sauce is so deep but also meaty, tomatoey. It's the best, like perfect acidity and meatiness. That cocoa powder, it's like a slight flavor, but it's there. I would have thought it would have been like the equivalent of putting pineapple on pizza, but here, like the absolute madman at Da Enzo, just decides to sprinkle on some cacao powder. I never knew like Italians would even ever. Acidic, meaty, salty, and cheesy. This is good pasta. Alright, main event, carbonara. You know what carbonara is, except for those who don't. No cream in this. It's all just pecorino cheese, eggs, and guanciale. That's all you need. By far, this is the most luscious, velvety, smooth carbonara I've ever seen. It literally looks like, like the texture of like microwavable Kraft mac and cheese that looks like very plasticky and artificial. But the fact that they like achieved this with all natural ingredients is probably like speaks for itself for like the skill and the ability that they cook this carbonara in. Without further ado, let's taste. We've got some guanciale and some rigatoni pieces. Wow. That's god level carbonara right there. So cheesy, salty. The guanciale adds that salty, porky, fatty touch that just elevates the dish to a whole nother level. I don't know, I think you can just see from the expression on my face that I really love this. Out of all three, this is my favorite. Wow.
Gusto mo pala ganyan?
Wow.
Where do you think we are?
Wow. That was really good. So my brother's made carbonara before, and it was pretty good. Probably like top tier like carbonaras that I've had. But this makes this carbonara seem like, I don't know, something you'd get from like the Cheesecake Factory. This is so good. Wow.
You guys didn't see, but like, it was actually quite funny. I dropped my phone into the carbonara, but like, since the carbonara was that good, ooh, carbonara, I'm not really complaining about it. Alrighty, it's dessert time, and for dessert, we only got two little desserts because we're pretty full from the mains. This is a mascarpone cream with some really cute strawberries. I actually thought they were raspberries at some point, but oh, look at them. They're like very small. Oh, that's really nice. Creamy. The strawberries aren't too tart because I don't really like very acidic strawberries, but this is like the perfect tartness. You know, it just complements the creaminess, the creamy fattiness of the mascarpone cheese very well. This is a pretty refreshing dessert. All right, when in Italy, tiramisu. Wow. That is, okay, let me have one more bite. Oh. Wow, that is so nice, so creamy. I'm not sure if there's any chocolate, but it's like got the slightest chocolate dusting in it, which gives it that chocolatey punch. Oh my. Oh. First tiramisu in Italy, and this already set the bar incredibly high.
So this is my first tiramisu, no joke. We're excited. Wow. Okay, wow. I really like this, like the sponge cake or ladyfinger. I don't know what they use exactly, but oh my goodness, that's like the perfect like coffee flavor with the cream, and it doesn't have a liqueur. It doesn't. I don't think they add like a coffee liqueur, which is what I prefer. So wow, this is so good. Wow.
Well, this is Rome, huh? First day here, and already what a start to the eternal city. Firstly, I fulfilled a childhood dream of mine. We visited the Roman Colosseum, the Forum and Palatine Hill, the stuff of legend, the stuff of fantasy. You know I grew up with Rome Total War, so you know it tugged at my heartstrings intensely. Then we had lunch at Osteria della Suburra, solid pasta, solid meats, and solid risotto. I loved that meal. And finally, we ended our day in Trastevere, across the river Tiber, in the amazing Trattoria da Enzo. The service was amazing. They gave us blankets. We were sitting outside. It was freezing cold, but there was heaters, so it's okay. There was guitar music outside, but most importantly, the pasta. Oh, that was the stuff of dreams. That is what dreams are made of. Yeah, Lizzie McGuire. Oh my goodness. Well, not only is it one of the best meals we've had in Italy, it is one of the best meals we've had in Europe and even in my life. That is what I'd want in my first day in Rome. Anyway guys, I'm just ending our day strolling by the river Tiber. What could be better to cap off our first day here in Rome? Amazing food, amazing history and science. I am feeling the vibes. Vibe check, it's Rome baby. We are here in the Eternal City. Anyway guys, thank you guys for watching another one of our videos, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at the Vatican City. Thank you, good night from Rome. See you guys on the next one. So what are you not?
What?
So what are you not?
What?
So what are you not?
What am I what?
What are you not?
I don't know. An uncool person?
What are you not? Do you get the reference?
Oh, no.
What are you not?
I don't know. A gladiator?
We're in a gladiator stadium, and you're not what?
A gladiator. What?
You're not. It starts with an E. You're not what? It's the opposite of bored.
Excited? You said bored.
You're not what? Come on.
Give me a hint. You're applying.
I literally said the opposite of bored.
Excited.
No, it's.
Can you give me more context?
The context is we're literally in the Colosseum, gladiator arena.
Oh.
Yes, say it.
Entertained. Entertained.